Hello guys. Welcome to Diablo the Primordial. This video is the continuation video after Unjust ending. So if you have not watched it, then please watch it. The link is in the description. And please check out my second channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensei Shitara. So without any further delay, let's start. But before we start, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates. Oh well, whether it succeeds or fails, both are good. Well then, please enjoy it to the fullest. Bye bye. He lost consciousness for only an instant as he understood the meaning of Velda's words. The words that were just was a shock. Is that transfer technique? Did he return after getting the core inside Kazarium in his hand? Benimaru is analyzing, but he was not confident whether it was the correct answer. He had no time for it, as he has the produced evil monster as the current problem. He had received the report of its combat ability from when one of the four fiends of the Heaven Commanders, Vega, was rampaging. It was fiendish monster having a considerable immortal characteristics. The effective way against such monster is only by annihilating it with overwhelming energy. However, if such monster got wholly demonic attribute, the usable means of attacking would decrease. It means that monsters which he can't defeat if he was not skillful enough. This is bad. I used prominence acceleration in the fight before, I haven't recovered my energy yet. If Benimaru uses the strongest attack he has, he may exterminate it surely. However, even if he borrows Rimuru nihility energy, he calmly concluded that it was dangerous as the loss rate of his energy is too large. In other words, he can't help but conclude that the war potential is insufficient against the monster. The current Vega class, which possess resistance to wholly demonic attribute. It backfired as Benimaru had used his strongest attack against Kazarium. He could defeat him even if taking a bit of time, but he ended the fight with a swift attack so he could take care of Laplace. That was Benimaru's decision. If he was fighting only against Laplace, he would have enough remaining magic power. There's also Soi here, and so he judged that there's no problem even if there are four of awakened Demon Lord class. It may be said that Benimaru's decision, which aimed for a quick conclusion, was never wrong. But, he's just regretting his own hastiness currently. For the current war potential here, Leon is wounded all over his body and it's hard to say that Mizari is unharmed. Although Soi is uninjured, his ability is specialized against an individual. Because he doesn't have a long-range attack, he's not suitable for erasing Vega. Above all, it's uncertain how will Laplace moves, preparation for that is needed. People below than it are not included in the war potential. The strategy that can be taken here might be only for him to be the leader and asking Mizari to assist him. He can't help but expect that Mizari has means for a wide area attack like Carrera. In case she didn't has such means, she only need to buy some time for him to recover his energy. Velda said everything that he wanted to say, all his traces has suddenly vanished. As the person itself said, it seemed to be a recorded image beforehand. What he need to be cautious is only footman who carried Vega's egg. The time needed for Benimaru to finish collecting his thought was only a short time of 1/1000th or less than 1 second. But, even if that thinking was just an instant, it was a decisive period. When Benimaru turned his sight to Footman, it had already happened. Ho, did you see, Laplace? Footman the angry clown just killed that hateful Leon. Including Kazarium-sama's regrets, I will clear myself from this anger now. Footman is saying as if he's the greatest. Like backing his words, Footman pulls out his thrust-out hand from Leon's chest. A large amount of blood flowed out. Leon-sama. Leon's subordinates panicking. Meanwhile, Leon collapses in slow movement and vomits blood from his mouth in large quantities. His heart was pierced, and anyone was able to see that it was a fatal injury. Having his consciousness almost taken by Velda's attack is one of the cause. Leon, who was covered by wounds all over his body, he's already not be able to deal with Footman's movement. Leon, who is one of the octagram, was on the verge of being killed now. In case of Mizari, who is a spiritual life form, her core would be likely to be able to regenerate as long as it was not destroyed. However, Leon is a high-ranking human who possess holy body. He was an awakened hero, which was similar to existence which don't have lifespan, but certainly it was depending on the physical body. If he evolves to be a spiritual life form and become a demigod, the matter might have been different. Footman continues laughing loudly. Are you a fool? Didn't you hear Nei-san's last words? Laplace Sukomi to Footman although he's serious. However, it didn't enter Footman's ear. Footman has already lived in his delusion, his reason and his mind, everything is already eaten away by Vega's egg. What's this, Footman? You too has already broken. Laplace frustratingly muttered. His eyes clearly sees the future where Footman breaks. Vega's power continues eroding him, Footman's anger, mind and even memory are consumed to nothing. In that case, the only thing left is merely an incarnation of destruction. I ain't going to forgive you, Velda. Laplace swore for a revenge with anger in his heart. Go away for a moment. I will start to be serious, after a long time. But, Footman. Footman has been controlled by that bastard guy, Velda. Therefore, I should quickly end it. Understood? Don't act rashly. By the way, are you keeping anything from Velda? I don't have anything. Probably, because I stick to Kazarium-sama all the time. Laplace, don't leave me alone please. Ha ha ha, leave it to me. I'm actually stronger than Kazarium-sama, you know? Yes, I knew. Laplace turned his sight to Footman. His eyes already swallowed all feelings and all the unrest in his heart disappears. The devil, Laplace staggeringly stood up. And then, he walks carefreely to Benimaru's side. Say, let's have a temporary truce. So he suggested that brazenly. Benimaru accepted the suggestion. There's possibility that's a lie and a trap, but he was willing to do it including it. Since Leon who he expected for the biggest attack has fell, he would use any usable hands that can be used. Above all, Soy can be added to the war potential as Laplace's alertness is dispelled. Soy didn't oppose it, he investigate Laplace's movement with his clone, both parties were engaged it together. They did a strategy meeting while restraining Footman's rampage. He was worried about Leon's condition, but he gives priority to defeat Footman currently. If I'm not mistaken, that Vega guy suck up magic essence from the ground, right? As long as he's in contact with the ground, he could reproduce endless. To Benimaru and Soy conversation. Please don't worry. This castle is isolated from the world by a spherical isolation barrier even from the ground. Even the hole made by Benimaru-sama and Kazarium-sama a while ago, it's already been completely restored. Mizari answers. It seems to have worked without a flaw. However, Benimaru expects that there's no means for long-range attack. Naturally Mizari can use nuclear strike magic, but he judges that a simple magic is not effective. Then, you clown, do you have any big move or something? Because his regenerative power is too high, he can recover immediately even if I cut him down, you know? Call me Laplace. For the answer of the question, I'm sorry. I'm too, like that Ni-san over there, specialized in anti-individual. What, you can't use it? Didn't you boast yourself stronger than Kazarium just a while ago? What a stupid thing to say. If it's about underhanded trick like Seraphim absorption or awakened demon lord transformation, I can't use it, that kind of talk. Even that such underhanded tricks, even no matter how many I am, I can't win. Therefore, I have 10 spirit bombs left, if I let them explode in chains. Laplace shrewdly shone the bomb from his pocket for an instant. Oh? So Benimaru nod. The four people were holding a meeting while evading the attacks that the highly nimble Footman launched. The power was sublime, but they were saved because the attack speed was slow. It was good currently, but there was possibility that they won't be able to deal with the speed later on. It will be a suicidal act to prolong this. Okay, his current energy is not so big as he just have taken the remains of Kazarium. If we want to defeat him, now is the time. Besides, if we spend a lot of time his body will complete adjust to Vega's power. That's right, his attack speed gradually increases. Since the attack has wholly demonic attribute, it will be impossible to completely defend against if you receive it. In fact, if there's no one who can put barrier of both holy and demonic, either attribute would passes through. It will be nullified if Footman become able to master it like Kazarium even if there was barrier against both attributes. Mizari, I entrust you to maintain the barrier with all your effort. Even in the worst case, don't let this guy replenish his power more than this. Soy and Laplace, you two please set the bomb. I left the competition signal to Soy. Because I will blast everything at the same time as the signal, you two must not fail to get out in time. The four people have begun to move at once under Benimaru's command. It was an impromptu plan, but they shows a wonderful cooperation, with Laplace and Soy strings, Footman is fastened. As 10 spirit bombs floats in Footman's surroundings, Soy gave a signal. Right now. At the same time, Benimaru multiplied the barrier meticulously that he deploys. He thoroughly probed the surroundings and made sure that there was no other footman's fragments. On top of that, he enclosed it so that there was no room for footmen to create a clone. Take this, Hell Prominence. Flames of hell sweep over inside the barrier. At the same time, the spirit bombs explode and caused a chain explosion inside the barrier. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have not watched my earlier videos, then please watch them. The links are in the description. And please check out my other channel Top Anime Sensei for the light novel of Tensura. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.